Matthew, good excitement on the weekend down to the Vaal. You start off in the first race with a horse that may have been a trifle disappointing last time out, and Captain, my captain, we know he's loaded with ability, but what's your assessment of his chances?
Yeah, Andy, as a juvenile, he set the track alight, and we thought a lot of him, and he's been very disappointing, so it's hard to kind of stick my neck out. Last time, maybe it just was a little far and needing the run a little bit. We've come back in distance now. We're just hoping for a better run because, like I said, he's been very disappointing.
Lovely. Then there's a nice little break for you into the first leg of the jackpot, where horse number 8 is ALFOLK and Ryan Munger, who's riding really well at the moment.
Yeah, ALFOLK's a nice sort. He's up-and-coming young horse, but this is his first run back after a slight freshen up, so he'll be in need of the run, and it looks like quite a tough field with a couple of hard knockers in it, so we'll just expect to see him running on and improve from the run.
We spoke to you last week about Elevated. He's obviously a horse that's done everything that you've asked of him since he's come from Cape Town. You happy with the preparation down to the final wire?
Yeah, I'm extremely happy. The week's gone well. We've still got one more day Friday. Just touch wood that goes well too, because he's fresh and very happy. So couldn't ask for more.
And then, of course, in the consolation, you've got one of the most outstanding-looking individuals who had a penchant for that Vaal 1400-metre track, particularly on the sand, but we know that he's also effective on the grass.
Yeah, he's been racing in a bit stronger company than this, so it's nice to see him just drop back down a level. Hopefully that'll give him the opportunity to win a race and get some more confidence. He's fit and well, and I'm expecting a good effort.
I must admit, he ran in a very good race last time out, and it just seemed like he emptied out towards the closing stages of the race. What was your assessment?
Yeah, well, even his second start from his year rest, he moved up extremely well and really stopped the last bit. And then on 2 weeks ago, pretty much the same thing, was travelling well, but I mean, he was in very strong company. Amazing Strike is a group horse, so on the turf Taurus is probably not in that league. So for him to drop a division is probably what's going to be key for him on Saturday.
Scotty, big day on Saturday, and of course 3 runners in a unique race with Hidden Agenda, MORPHEUS and VULCAN, all very special owners in their own right, but where do you want to start?
I think we better start at the top with Hidden Agenda. He's had a good prep going into the race. 1475 is probably just at the bottom of his best range. You know, he's probably very effective over the mile and a little further, but you know, he's fresh, he's looking good, work's been good. I must say that although it is a really unique race and so on, I'm using it sort of more as a stepping stone towards the Summer Cup. I'm hoping to get him in there. However, having said that, I really believe that he is a lively runner. I think there's going to be a lot of pace in the race, and it'll suit him. He'll be running strong at them towards the death.
Well, 2 very important factors. Number 1, he's got a great draw, according to the experts, inverted commas. And also, he's 4 kilos better off with Amazing Strike.
Listen, he's on his last run in that plate race. I think he's better off with just about everything that ran in the race. A horse that did impress me that day was Donny G. He came from the tail end of the field, kicked on well. Looks like Sean String is just about coming back to themselves. Donny G will make a lively danger, and of course that horse of Michael's is coming out of those extremely strong form lines when he was a 3-year-old, and it looks like he's back to himself. So it's going to be a tough race. It's going to be an exciting race. It's a very good concept. I'm very happy to be part of it.
Then we have to touch on MORPHEUS and VULCAN.
Yeah, MORPHEUS is a horse that on his day he could surprise. His work is solid at home, and he's sound. Get a little bit of cut in the ground. I think he could be a better horse. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him fill up some of those minor placings. I really think that he has got a chance at the weights.
VULCAN?
Keep getting comments about his age, but I mean, he's sound, he's enthusiastic, his colour's good, he wants to do it, he's working extremely well. 50.5 kilos. But there are other horses with speed in the race as well. So I think what we're going to get is a hard, genuine run race, and I'm hoping that that he'll bring home the bacon as well. Yeah.
Okay, without getting into any specifics, do you expect to get on the board before the main race of the afternoon?
Andrew, I think a filly like Prima Ballerina should definitely run a place. I've got a first timer called Lascari running. 1200's too sharp for him. I do fancy Tokyo Drift's chances in the consolation. There again, I think the Cox horse Toro Rosso, I think he's probably the horse to beat there.
Three runners on the Grand Heritage. Let's start off with the lesser fancied horses as far as the market is concerned. They're drawn right next door to each other, Starrett City and Fellow Traveller. Let's start off with Starrett City.
Yeah, Starrett, he's a horse that I think we overrated a bit, but maybe he can come back to the kind of form we think he's capable of, but I was disappointed last time. He had every chance to win and he couldn't quite get there. He looks very well, and you know, on what we thought was his best ability, he would have a chance. So, you know, we're hopeful with him. Fellow Traveller is an absolutely beautiful looking horse. I mean, you can see him now. He's just a big, strong boy. Unfortunately, he has breathing problems, which is why he wears the cornell collar, and I think that does hamper him. Last time he didn't breathe quite well, but you know, he's been working well. He looks like a horse who, if he can breathe, he's just chock-a-block full of class. So I am hopeful that we could pick up a check with him as well.
Okay, this guy over here, he's got the most beautiful temperament. He's quite an unassuming fellow and doesn't look like a world beater when you look at him over the box, but his form belies that. One of my gurus, a guy called Matthew Stevens, is very, very bullish about this horse's ability. He's not saying that he will win this race, but he says he thinks he's probably above his rating, and only a good horse like him can really quicken the way he does.
Yeah, look, personally, I think he's one of the better horses in our yard at the moment. Very fast. He'll stay in time. I'd love to get him over a bit more ground, but yeah, his prep's been great. I mean, he's very well. He's suited to the trip. It's basically just a case of, you know, we're going to get out there, try and be handy, try and avoid any sort of traffic problems, and if he's good enough, I think he'll go close.
Smile towards the outsiders, running on really strongly. ZOUAVES next and Silver Sails in the black and white. They now get to the last 250 meters. Rasmal, ZOUAVE at its outside. Then comes Bonnie Prince towards the far side and Silver Sails. ZOUAVE finds a big finish, runs at Rasmal, and ZOUAVE cleared away to win it smartly.
I'm so glad that you said that he'll stay in time, because speaking to your dad, when it was just apparent that he may get into this race, I got the feeling that there were bigger fish to fry later in the season. He was alluding to the fact that he may well be a contender for some of the bigger feature races during the season over more ground.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. That's the dream. You know, we dream like this with a lot of horses, and let's just earn our rating. We need a couple of wins to get up there, but you know, I do like him.
Striker, when I open my email and I get that one email that I'm waiting for on a Friday night from Jack Milner, the Strydom column, it brightens my evening, because I get some sort of insight into the years of professionalism that you become famous for. And it's great to have an opportunity to talk to you for Grand Heritage Day, where you start off with a nice book of rides, starting off in the first race with number 2, Monty Python for the Adamson yard.
Yeah, you know, he's had many chances. In that field, he'll probably struggle. I'm hoping for a place. He did run an improved race last time, but I'm still not sure if it's strong enough for him to win.
Okay, then straight into the second race, you've got KITTY COO with the same stable.
Yeah, same thing applies. You know, you've got quality young horses coming through. KITTY COO's had many chances. She's quite speedy, and hopefully we're drawn an inside that maybe we can get away and hold on. But I think any young horses that are coming through the system will probably run out of it.
Excellent. Then you've got a break before you go and jump on Simply Royal for the Sean Terry stable. He, by his own admission, says that he's expecting his horses to peak towards the middle of October, so they might not be quite ready yet, but he's not the South African champion trainer for nothing.
Yeah, obviously happy that Sean's put me on a decent filly, but as you said, she's probably not quite there yet. You know, hopefully this run will bring her on. You know, Sean likes him to run on from a break, and to improve, not to chase him and let him run into the ground. So obviously, probably going to ride a little bit conservatively, and hopefully she runs on into the money. If she's good enough, obviously she's going to have to win.
Fantastic. And then on to a horse that you know fairly well for the Alec Laird stable in ROMI'S Boy.
Yeah, he's a very nice horse. I've always liked him. I've always done well on him. Apparently, he might still be just short of another run. His last run was a bit disappointing, but I'm hoping that last run would have brought him on. He's a big horse, so I'm sure the run will have brought him on, and maybe he'll peak for the next run.
Lovely. Then on to the Grand Heritage, monumental occasion, the amount of horses that are participating, and there was a lot to like about the way that your mount ran on behind stable companion Trading Profit, and I refer, of course, to ARCTICA, who's now been lumped with a big penalty.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Obviously, I'm hoping I've got a chance. I'm drawn on the outside. I think it could be the better going, but then if you're drawn right on the inside, it could also be the better going. It's only the day will tell. ARCTICA, he got beat last time by Trading Profit and got a penalty, so that's unfortunate. Because, if you take a horse like Trading Profit and Amazing Strike, I don't think you can compare the two horses. I think Amazing Strike would definitely beat Trading Profit. So if I ran second to Trading Profit, I'm better off at the weight. It sort of puts me on line with Trading Profit. I think also like Amazing Strike and Donny G and Count Tassilo, I think those type of horses are probably a bit stronger. So that's a bit of my worry.
What astounds me is that we haven't touched on a horse that really is very well off at the weights, 4 kilos better off for not a huge beating by Amazing Strike, and I refer to Scott Kenny's Hidden Agenda.
Yeah, he ran in the same form line. Speaking to Gunther, he sounds very confident. He's drawn an outside with me, and must be a runner. It's such a difficult race. I think, like Dave Mollett said it during the week, maybe go for places. They pay up to the first 6 places, and pools will probably be big, just in places alone. And so maybe that's the bet to go.
Okay, then you move on to race 8 and the consolation with a horse called Copper Pot, who's somewhat of an enigma. He's talented, but sometimes he doesn't run 2 races alike.
Yeah, I think once again Sean will probably want me just to let him enjoy himself and run on. Hopefully that this run will bring him on. Once again, if he's good enough to win, he must win. I see he has been gelded. He was quite a big stocky horse, and I think that will definitely help. But fitness-wise, obviously Sean Terry will be able to tell you more about that.
Super. And then finally onto the race 10, where a guy that's provided you with a fair share of winners, Roy Magna, gives you the ride on Shotgun Rider.
Yeah, it's an open, competitive little race. What will be in my favour is that I rode Shotgun Rider last time, and it's definitely not the right track for him, the inside track. Yeah, Turfentine. Even he try your hardest to jump him well, he comes out sluggish, and I even chased him for about 10 strides like I'm riding a finish. He just doesn't get there, and with the inside track, it's around a turn, everyone rides to place, so you end up getting back 7, 8, 9, 10 lengths. Where down the straight, even if you're a little bit slow, there's no turn to negotiate, so I'll probably only be like 3 lengths, 4 lengths at the most. I'll be behind, so that'll get me a little bit closer in the running, and it does take a long time to get going, so I think expect improvement on his last run, even though it is a competitive race.